Namaste, welcome, welcome. This is day number 12 of 365, A Life of Bliss 365. As you can hear, my voice is still in frog mode, but we will continue regardless. So all is well. It's just an energetic shift. And I'd like to begin today quickly before we get into the quote to share, because maybe others are experiencing this because we have been for some time. There's certain energies, let's say, how I would put it in the most open, easy way. There are certain energies that do not benefit, let's say, from this sort of material being out. There's certain energies that, without being too dramatic, can work against this type, not just this, of course, this type of transmission, this type of energy. And that can come up in relationships, that can come up in information that's being put out there, it can come in many different ways. But those energies are intensifying. And since I began this process, there has been sound issues, there has been technical issues, and I'm completely at peace. I'm excited and happy to do this. But there are certain energies that, let's say, seek to maybe silence this a little bit, and other things very similar like that, and it will not work. So there's a full year of this, and it's interesting because I've never committed to something for so long. I think I've done 40 or 50 days where it's a live video or a recorded video. I can't say for definite live just in case some sort of there'll be a video recorded every day, and even if that's from my bed someday or something, who knows, I'm committed fully to it. So just sharing that just in case anybody watching this feels energies that seem to be disruptive or adversarial or challenging or silencing or censoring or all of those sorts of things, all of those little rascally things. So let's get into it, and let's just take a little breath and see if I can find the most aligned voice to share this quote today. Okay, so day number 12, A Life of Bliss 365. Here we go. Consciousness is one. Yet in the world of duality and polarity that you have created, you need the dark and the light. You need the good and the evil. You need the up and the down. You need the here and the there. Yet you are truly without need, dear ones. You need not be needed by the reality with which you have collaborated. You need not be bound by the play. You need not be bound by the characters that are appearing, the roles they are fulfilling, and the storylines that are being played out. Well, that's just a wow for me, because today is the first day that I didn't read the quote before, and the perfection of that for what I just shared is amazing. Oh my God. You just cannot pick this stuff up. So yes, that's exactly what was just being shared. So consciousness is one, absolute reality. Can't be spoken of. There's only one. There's no other, there's no world, there's no you, there's no me. Consciousness is one. Yet, in the world of duality, which is what's created through our apparent individuality, we have the dark and the light, we have the good and the evil, the up and the down, the here and there, and that's without that. When it says we need that, it's not in some intrinsic way that we are missing something and we need the good, the evil, the dark, the light, the up, the down, the here, the there. We are whole, we are complete, we are holy. It's that without that, there is no experience in this dimension. So it's need in the way that it provides an experience. It provides this body, this world, others, galaxies, universes, flowers, rocks, trees, cats, all of it. So and then it goes on to say, you are truly without need. You don't have need. You need not be needed by the reality with which you have collaborated. So this is again pointing towards the being in the world, but not of the world. And that we feel like we have responsibility to save the world, responsibility to do something for our family or fulfill some purpose or mission. There is no purpose. There is no mission. And paradoxically and simultaneously, you can be fully in any purpose and any mission, fully there, just not as an individual, just not as a me, just not as an ego, just not as a separate self. You need not be bound by the play. So it's very tangible and real from the perspective of the person, the I, the me. But you need not be bound when you watch a movie. If it's very good and the actors are great, they take you into the story, and that's amazing. But when the movie finishes, you step back into this dream, mostly. Maybe some people don't. This is saying you need not be bound by the play that is appearing, the play of consciousness, the play of duality, the play of others. You need not be bound by the characters that are appearing. Oh my God. Wow. Even though like everything's just in alignment here again. As I read these words, even though these words came through me, it's like reading them fresh every single time. Even though I've just read it before, when I read, you need not be bound by the characters that are appearing. That's fresh again. This is why this is called the living transmission. It's alive. It's not memory. It's not coming from past. So you need not be bound by the characters that are appearing or the roles that they are fulfilling. So those energies that we spoke of at the beginning, they're fulfilling a role. And, you know, we'll talk about stifling, censoring, silencing these sorts of energy. They're fulfilling a perfect role. So it's not to fight against it. It's not to rebel. It's to see that that is fulfilling a role. And it's, in this case, are you going to continue to choose even when you meet resistance? Are you going to continue to speak even though there may be an energy of silencing or censoring? So such a perfect quote for today. And again, apologies for the voice, but I hope that this has served. And this video is a little bit longer today, and the quote's a little bit longer. But the invitation, again, as always, is to contemplate. So you can let this just whirl in your mind. So contemplation is really looking at it, reading it, let it soak into you. And not just read it once, because it's alive. You could read this at the beginning of the day. I can have one experience, and at the end of the day different, and tomorrow completely different. So the invitation for each of these is to contemplate what is shared, the short contemplation. None of them should take longer than a minute. Ideally, each quote was like one paragraph. Some of them are even just one sentence. Some of them needed to be a bit longer because to give context when it's just written or read in this way. And as always, then the invitation is to be what we always are. Meditation is not something that you do. Meditation is what we are. So the invitation is to be what we are. Be emptiness, silence, nameless. Not trying to change anything. Not trying to empty your mind. Not trying to push away thoughts. Doesn't even matter if a thought appears and you follow it. Just be aware of that's what appears to be happening. So sensations in the body, sounds, doesn't matter. So we take a short 30 seconds to a minute, depending, of sacred silence. Okay, the invitation is to continue with the sacred silence, if you are so called. Also, the invitation is to come back to the contemplations as many times as you're called or as you can in a day, and look forward to continuing this journey with you. Life of Bliss 365. This has been day 12. We shall be back tomorrow. Until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, honors, and loves the divine in you. Namaste. We are. Ciao.